Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bragaton. I have this new ability that I don't think I should have. Field Respecialization. This ability allows you to respecialize the caster of the ability once. It will disappear when you gain access to your void ship and the usual means of respecializing. I'm guessing once we leave the void ship and come back, that'll be gone. But for now, let's set out for the next system. I'm going to go to Orcelio Prophecy. The vessel's confessors report discontent among their flock. During the traditional sermon before departure, original chandelier's 100 candles were snuffed out at once. The missionaries attribute this incident to an open ventilation shaft, but the voidsmen noticed it and are whispering about an ill omen, bringing the woes that may soon come. I think option 2 is the more commissar-like, heavy-handed approach. Organize punitive processions against everyone faltering in their belief. A resounding condemnation of weakness of spirit and body led to arbitrary reprisals against anyone who dared even mention the troubles hanging over the crew. With the permission of the confessors, the voidsmen took the task of bolstering morale into their own hands, and successfully quelled the rising panic. And to Orcelio Prophecy. Warp emanations have filled the plasma drive bay. Demons, having appeared out of thin air, are twisting the appearances and minds of the crew. Some of the voidsmen are being turned into mutant psychers. This incursion must be stopped at once. I don't know if it'll ever be worth holding on to holy gifts to let the crew take care of it for us. Especially when we can trade that for items with the factions. The rogue trader and his retinue will personally go and face these contemptible foes. Because that's more fun. And also seems more optimal.
I always keep my options open. Grovel before the true power of humanity.
They do have the advantageous position.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Indeed.
Here's my perfect moment.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
There we go.
Doubt is for the weak. made manifest.
She's ready to rock and roll. Oh, this guy got hit by Furious Recital. Don't want to get her behind cover.
Request approved. The Omniscient knows all. Comprehend.
Tell me, and it is done.
Buff him up. I guess go ahead and put... Well, let's not do that yet. If he kills these three, all my combat tactic zones, combat tactics areas get buffed. Oops, I misclicked.
Okay, now I'm really riled up.
Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Oh, energy damage heals and empowers the creature. Should have looked at that. He gave up the high ground.
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Because of this bottleneck right here, I don't think she can possibly hit all three. So, two's good enough.
I'll make it happen. Your numbers mean nothing to me. On it.
I won't object to it. I feel the power surging. Holy terror, smite your enemies.
He's doing energy damage. No reason to keep swinging like that.
Let's see to it. I'm done with this one. Get me a target.
Should be able to charge this guy.
For
Perfect.
the throne's glory. Your reckoning is due. But of course, Lord Captain,
Follow my lead.
My vow is to serve.
Darn energy feast. Oh, nothing I can do about it this turn.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Another incursion stopped in its tracks.
I always have a backup plan. Keep your wits about you.
Pirates. Can't fight dirty pirates when your freighter has no gun. Unfortunately for them, we do have guns. Blood victims. It appears that a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from orbit. The debris that did not burn up in the atmosphere is now blocking the flow of a mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding the nearby valley. A herd of large hoofed rodents has gathered along the riverbanks. If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. I'm a sucker for animals in distress. The Lord Captain orders the removal of the space debris from the riverbed. It's a long and laborious process, but the animals will have a chance to survive. It takes many planetary turns and hundreds of crew members to remove the heap of trash and unclog the river, letting the waters flow freely once more. The rodents run back to their pastures without so much as a backward glance at the people who saved them. Well, quick save before the ship battle, because it's a whole nother monster. I feel like I have a handle on the regular combat, but if you make a single mistake in space combat, you're in for a world of hurt. A Falcon-class frigate.
Fire at will. Lance batteries, volley! Make every shot count. Coordinates set.
I think we'll be in range, yeah.
Fire at will! Engage the engines.
Oh, you're not running.
All hands prepare for acceleration.
Now see you in hell.
Lance batteries, volley!
Another enemy sundered by the void.
I am amazed that we prevailed.
And leveled up. Here we get an advanced ability and an ultimate post ability. I think I'll go with reinforced shields. Expeditious reload could be good, but I think we only have the one macro battery now, right? Yeah, this side's a plasma battery. But it could give a macro battery 2 shots in a round, right? More killing power or more survivability? I'm gonna go with Expeditious Reload. That'll also come in handy for taking out enemy torpedoes. It reloads all macro cannons that were fired during the acceleration phase. Cooldown from 1 to 3 rounds at random. Pretty solid. Alright, so our ultimate abilities are... I can forego our ultimate ability for another advanced ability. Let's see what these do. All hands on deck. The flagship's torpedo tubes are loaded with 3 torpedo salvos instead of 1. Duration, plus 1 round for every 10 points in the Master Cannoneer's demolition skill. Boarding party. The flagship launches a boarding party to infiltrate an enemy ship, starting internal fires and possibly causing engine damage that cripples the ship for 1 round. Can only be used once per round. Duration, plus 1 round for every 10 points in the Supreme Commander's persuasion skill. Corpuscari Chant, which we can't get, because we don't have reinforced shields or shield pulse. At the end of each turn, the most damaged sector of the flagship's shields restores up to 50% of its strength. Duration, plus 1 round for every 10 points in the Shieldmaster's Tech Use skill. Empyrean Storm. The flagship makes 7 attacks, each of which targets a random enemy in an 8-cell range and deals from 8 to 14 warp damage. Can only be used once per round. Duration, plus 1 round for every 10 points in the Warp Channeler's Lore Warp skill. So will all 7 attacks target 1 enemy, if there's only 1 enemy in range? And does it work on torpedoes? Seems like it could be pretty handy. Maximum Overdrive. Until the end of combat, the flagship speed is increased by +2, and its maneuverability is increased by +1. Bonus damage dealt by Void Ship Ram based on the distance traveled is increased by +100%. Duration, 1 round for every 10 points in the Master of Maneuvers Athletics skill. Premonition. The flagship's augurs scan the area for favorable tactical positions. While the flagship is in such a position, its evasion is increased by 35%. Duration, plus 1 round for every 10 points, and the Master of Etheric's Awareness skill. That sounds like we have to move to a specific tile and stay there. I don't like that one. I think I'm gonna get the torpedoes, though. I don't know if this means we can shoot 3 torpedoes at once, or if it means we don't have to wait around to fire more torpedoes. But either way, torpedoes hit like a truck, so having 3 of those, plus it creates more targets for the enemy to focus on, taking damage away from your ship. So it acts as both an offensive and defensive tactic. Ultimate abilities. Your ship now has access to an ultimate ability. It can drastically change the tide of battle. Try using your ultimate ability and see for yourself. Note that you can only use 1 ultimate ability per combat. Ultimate abilities are so powerful that they take a significantly longer time to recharge. When using ultimate abilities, be aware that they may still be on cooldown the next time you enter battle. The ship's ultimate cooldown bar gradually fills up on each of your flagship's turns in combat, at the end of each battle, and as a result of certain events during space exploration. Neat. Oh, I'd love to have that. Oh, we have 12 Promethium. Alright, to the next system. Let's do Crossroads of 100 Dreams. We had a rumor there, I believe. Dumped cargo. A scheduled service in the ship's chapel was interrupted in the most profane manner. The images of saints and martyrs depicted on the altarpiece started to move and step down from the canvas. The congregation was filled with terror, and dozens perished in the stampede. The illusion disappeared on its own, but it claimed several priests in altar attendance. It is said their frenzied shrieks can still be heard echoing under the vaults of the chapel during prayer. The ship left the hostile immaterium and returned to real space. Enemies of humanity. Ooh, phlogiston. We don't have a lot of that. Yeah, only 8. Also need weapons and mechanisms. And people. We only have 2 people. I think I'm missing the updates when they happen. We finish a project. That one's done. We can't afford anything else. That seems pretty solid for Heinrichs. You only need 1 mechanism for this. Seems pretty good. What can we do here? So we did... We did the cemetery last time. So I think Bonfires of the Righteousness is more fitting for my character. It's more aggressive than Good Tidings. So I may just do these. Another contract and profit factor. Though increasing reputation with any of the factions is worthwhile too. So maybe start with this one. And then this one. Indulgences for sale. Some of the forgiveness of the ecclesiarchy can be a significant source of revenue. Profit factor +1, and Fellowship of the Void +2,000 reputation. Can we start the next one already? No. Yeah, I think the updates for the projects come up across the top of the screen like a quest. I've been dismissing them because it looks like a bestiary entry, or I guess a planet entry. Ah, 6 Promethium. That's a good find. Yes, like when the encyclopedia entries pop up, I think that's what happens with the projects as well. Tell you how long it takes? Plenty of experience. I'll gladly take it. Okay, I'm gonna call it here, and next time we'll take out the enemies of humanity and continue exploring the surrounding systems. I feel like we made a decent amount of progress, knocking out almost 2 whole systems and a couple of random encounters. Actually, before that, let's go do some trading. Need to stay on top of that, especially since we're going to start building up profit factor with these projects. They really like Xeno artifacts. What do I need? 850. Mazoa pattern auto pistol. Guessing it just does extra damage. Oh, a C Delphine pattern Omniscion X. Holy Gifts and Heretic Trophies. Give them all the generic stuff. I'm going to focus on trying to max out the Explorators first. Looks like that patch also gave me new items in the faction menus. So Dark Visionary Hood. This hood grants the wearer a +10 bonus to willpower and a +15% damage to psychic and navigator powers. It inflicts a -10 penalty to weapon skill and ballistic skill. That is perfect for Cassia. Yeah, definitely better than that. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time, we'll continue exploring the systems around like Crossroads of 100 Dreams. And go from there. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.